Yeah,
but when you
my
been
blog,
with
Jeremiah.
2 or 3 dudes, I mean, and vice versa, you gonna compare.
Yeah, you know what? My blog actually talked about that. It talks about how if you bring in the flesh to your marriage, you cancel out the spirit. And the spirit is what was making the marriage, what was supposed to make that night holy, or that, that experience for you all holy. Yeah. But then you got like the guys in the back of your mind, and he was like, she's like, well, is this person did this and this person did that, and duration and all that good stuff is not really there like this. Then you've really pretty much canceled out the connection there. Wow. It's supposed to be the fact that this is the person that you chose to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah, I mean, what Jeremiah just said was real. I mean, the ideal, the way it was set up, the way it's supposed to be is you have 2 virgins that get married.
Exactly.
So that you learn together. Nobody should have more experience or whatever. It should be 2 people that don't know nothing learning together. That's what kind of makes it beautiful.
So,
but that's not normally the case with a lot of people. So you're dealing with people who have some memory of past events. Hopefully it's a distant memory.
Yeah.
By the time you get married. Because what the Bible promises is that God will repair what the locust has eaten. And and you need to take that on as truth for yourself. Like, even if you have done something before, God can repair that and restore good memories in your mind, so you won't remember what Larry felt like or whatever.
Sean has just compared you to the plague. Your whole relationship has been compared to a plague. Okay,
but I mean that's real though. So I mean, just for the people who have done something, that image of what God wanted is not impossible to get. Like, He can erase a lot of those memories, or you don't even know what it felt like or whatever. But the ideal is 2 people who don't know nothing getting together and then finding out what God has for them. Yeah. I guess it surprises me that the virgin word is still like a curse word.
Exactly. And this person
it's still a curse word. Chris just said the word. He didn't even say it.
Yeah. And this person told me absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with it. Society sees it as a norm. And I'm like, No. And then she tried. The only movie she had to really quote that on was The 40-Year-Old Virgin, where he did wait till he got married, and I think that was a good message at the end. And
at the very, very end,
I bashed that movie all the way through until one day I finally saw the end, because I stopped watching it. I thought it was vulgar, detestful, whatever. I stopped watching it, and then I was like, oh, my bad.
Kind of like how people do with our show.
Yeah, definitely. and so the other movies. You got American Pie, you got Superbad, where, oh man, if you leave high school and you're still a virgin, you are whack. If you go to college, if you go to college and you don't become a man, like, you remember the end of American Pie, they were like, we're not gonna leave high school and not be men. We're gonna go
into it, pay for it.
Exactly. So the movie that she quoted is probably the only one.
But I think the problem is it's still a curse word. I remember being in high school and people asking, and me start getting nervous that they're gonna ask me, because I heard them ask the dude, and he was like, well, and then, you a virgin. Yeah. You a virgin. Ain't you? Look at you. All that kind of stuff.
I told you that happened to me in high school. Is that I was hanging out with my friends, and from 8th grade up until like sophomore year, they were claiming not to be virgins. And I never really claimed it either. I just stayed away from it, know. And so one day, I was kind of playing video games with them, and I'm like, look, man, like, I'm tired of this whole thing, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not trying to go out. Because we used to carry condoms in our wallet, I used to have a little ring around my wallet. I used to be like, dude, I hope my mom didn't pick my wallet up, because then I can't really explain it, But I remember sitting there playing video games with them one day, and we were all like joning each other, like, oh yeah, oh, you little minute man, blah, 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 whatever. And then all of a sudden, I was like, yo, man, hey, I'm probably gonna wait till I get married, man. I'm not trying to have sex now. And they were like, yo, man, me neither. I'm like, why have we been joining each other for 2 years and making it seem like a big deal?
Because you're supposed to.
When they finally lost their virginities, they lost it in high school. But it was like an emotional thing for them, where they weren't all like big and bad, like, yeah, I hit that. It was like, man, it was so beautiful. It was special. I was her first and she was mine. was like, dude. So to me, it's like people downplay it like it's supposed to be some sort of curse or something else. But I mean, yo.
And I think another thing is this too. Once you do it, and it's like outside of marriage, you're gonna keep going, and that's a beast that's hard to control. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why we saying do it after marriage. So once you're in marriage, then it's like, you know, it's on and popping. But the thing is, like, once you do it in the high school ramifications, it's a wrap, because that feeling is like boom, boom. Unless you like, man, I don't want to do this no more, and you know what I mean. You turn over a new leaf. But for the average teenager, if they don't have no spiritual conflict, or they don't have nothing that goes against what they think, or trying to get them on the right path, they're going all in.
Yo, and I told you about one of the youth ministry teams that I've met in the past times and have actually, you know, witnessed to. And they thought, like, you know, I'm not gonna be a statistic. It's not gonna happen to me. It's blah blah blah. And I actually showed you all a YouTube clip of what this person was doing, and they were, you know, whatever. And I saw them Thursday at church, and she's got a baby now.
Wow.
And I'm walking out the doors, and she sees me, and she turns and literally starts running with the baby, like, out the door. And the baby's hair's not covered up. It's like 36 degrees outside. And it was just meant that much for her to get away from me. I don't know if she thought I was going to say something. I was really just going to be like, hey, you got a beautiful baby. Everybody loves to hear that, right? And I was going to keep it moving. I wasn't going to look at the baby. Just, oh, yeah, congratulations. God gave you a blessing. It's a beautiful baby. Hey, bye. You know, but she looked like he's going to say something, you know, and to downplay what I did, and he's going to say, I told you so. And I mean, I could have said that, because I asked her one day, she went to college, I was like, are you going to give up on your Christian beliefs and your faith? And she was like, Ryan, you know, it's too hard to really, you know, live by that when you're in school. And I'm like, really? And that's all I wrote. And then I wrote back, I said, so you're giving up? And then she just wrote back like ... Like,
I will have to say this though. Speaking about the high school stuff, there is a difference between being a virgin by choice or by circumstance.
Yes, even to this day.
Yes,
even to this day.
I will say, if you're trying and you just can't do it, then that is whack. It should be a choice.
Yes.
Like, this is very much of a choice.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's not nothing to brag about. That, oh, I'm a virgin. Oh well, have you? No, I haven't.
I always go back to that movie, Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah.
Where dude is in the bathroom with the girl, and he's not really all that attracted to her. He's like really nervous, and then all of a sudden he was like, I'm the bomb, man. You were weak, and all that kind of stuff. But it was like he was so happy.
All right, because I think what people say is that you're a virgin because you just not, nobody wants you.
Yeah.
But I think what needs to be flipped on its head, which programs like the Real Majority Club and things like that, it's like, no. It's very much a choice.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like,
right.
This is a choice.
When I spoke at the Real Majority Club last year on the panel discussion, I was like, don't let the glasses in the suit fool you. I'm cool. I'm a cool person. I can hang out, have a good time, and laugh and joke. And I'm not going to be, you know, sitting at home on a Saturday night reading my Bible for 5 hours because there's no one to talk to. There's nowhere to go. It's like, that doesn't happen for me. So I always get that from the movie Rush Hour, when he was like,
I think we need to
don't let the road fool you. This is the only color they had left. Right before you beat them all up.
Discussion about that, like, just because you're set apart doesn't mean your life is over. Because I'll be looking at different things and reading different things, and I'll be, you know, when judgmental Christians be talking to people and they, you know, they doing this and talking about other Christians and they talking about them, I'll be thinking in my mind, like, so what do you do? Like, you're not listening to music. You're not going to, what do you do? Are you like a literally new priest again? You know what I'm saying? Like, not like a priest like the Bible tells us that we should be priests, but just priests like a cow. Like, you're not doing nothing. You just in the house reading your Bible 24/7. You do that. You go fellowship maybe once in a while, but it's just like, if that's the life, then of course people are going to choose the world over Jesus, because that's a life that, like, I'm gonna lose my life to just doing nothing.